feel like we should have some like trumpet music or.
Oh man.
What time is it where you're at, Lucas?
Quite early, 9 p.m.
Oh, okay. I always assume every time I talk to you, it's like 3 in the morning. I don't know why.
No, you know, for the last couple of days, we were finishing like around midnight or 1 a.m. So 9 p.m. is like,
Yeah.
it's almost like day off.
That's great.
Exactly like that.
There we go. I'm promoting Michael Brand and Mike Butcher got promoted to panelists.
We have 3 Michaels though.
I don't know who the other Michael B is.
Don't give them too much. Don't give them too much. They'll get an ego about it. You know.
You're promoted to panelists.
Jeez.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey.
All right. So can I
Let's see.
They're muted.
Michael Butcher, turn on your camera.
It's like dad yelling at me.
I was looking at the wrong Michael B screen. I was like, why isn't my camera turning on?
Oops, I know. Hi.
If your name is Michael or Ben, there's a high probability you will get employed at Constellation.
Yes. If you're over 6 feet, you also have a high probability of being employed at Constellation.
Ooh.
All right. I did promote to panelists.
I have a really good glass of wine. Yeah.
It looks chilled. Chilled from one of your wine fridges.
Well, it's not because I'm not in Napa right now, but it's Garrett's Aunt's wine. I think it's some of the best cab in all of Napa Valley. It's like $450 a bottle, but I get friends and family. It's expensive stuff, but it is. I think it's like the best grape juice on the planet. It's fucking great. Well, not in the planet. For Napa.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful with that. Because I still like old world wines. You know, I'm biased towards European wines.
Oh,
we were all so concerned.
Man, I just wanted to let there's some people on this, they're like, whoa, you know that there's a large European audience out here. You know,
that's true.
I get it. Yeah.
Well,
how do we want to kick this off, Diggles? I mean, this is normally the Ben and Ben riffing for a moment, but
I know there's no slides to draw us into the depths. So, well, I think you should kick it off, Mr. Jorgensen. Just say something to get this thing moving.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I kind of like talked out for a time, but gosh, I woke up today 5 a.m. in the morning and just woke up just thinking, oh God, how is this going to roll out? And just like, I first looked at Slack and then I looked at Telegram, then at Twitter, and what an amazing launch today was. I mean, so much has been going on behind the scenes in the past 3 months alone, not to mention the past 5 years in creating this moment. But it's been a lot. I've seen everybody step up in so many different ways to launch Lattice 2.0 to make sure the Genesis block is going. And it's one of the most fascinating things to see a small company like ours have completely separate units of business, all working in parallel and able to deploy and launch technology, and having the marketing team conduct such robust such a range of announcements and articulation of technology. So many people have been working behind the scenes and up till early hours in the morning. And I can't thank everybody enough for coming together and for the community for believing in this vision as well. Like this is a huge milestone for us, and in many ways, this is something that we've always been working towards, but like, I don't even want to look at the past anymore. There's no need to look at the past. Like, that's what is amazing about this milestone, is it's all about the future. This is why this is so exciting, is this is the path towards adoption. It's the path for L1 applications to be built. It's a path for on-chain governance. There's so many visions that are going to start to come to life in an exponential way over the next several years and time to come. Like, this is one of those days that this is a very unique day. This isn't a random announcement. This is really a starting point that we've all been waiting for. And we've been able to curate an amazing company behind the scenes that are starting to be intuitive with each other. They work in sync. I think we're working in sync with the community as well. We're all starting to get our own little momentum. And this little boutique blockchain company is going to be a top 10 cryptocurrency and ecosystem. And I see it on the horizon. I see how the pieces lay out. So I can't thank everybody, enough for everything that's come together. And I feel like there's kind of this release of energy that's happening right now. So today, for this Hypergraph hour, is really about, storytelling, humanizing a technological achievement, and giving thanks for everything that's been done. Everybody's played such an essential role for making this happen. This isn't just about technology, it's about the human component that's made this come to life, and for people believing that this could actually be a vision that would see the light of day. And there was a time that in this community that they did not believe that this could happen. And so those of you that have stuck through this and seen through the negativity, but also seen through a lot of the bullshit, it's here. It's here. This is D-Day. This is the start. So thank you.
Yeah, I'll draft off it just because I felt it was appropriate for the CEO to lay the groundwork of this. And, my big shout out is really strongly towards the engineering team. All the work that you folks have done, trailblazing something that's never been done before. It's tough for folks like myself to peer review, co-algebraic equations, why it has white papers with symbols in them. I'm like, I didn't even know that meant something. But, it's sharpened all of us along the way. And I mean, to the point where, I feel like a sales engineer at this point, but a big shout out, because these are folks that are working all over the world. I've been working with these folks now, some of them for 4+ years. I've never met them. And that's pretty far out. So to have a decentralized ethos and physical decentralization as a company, but be able to come together and still work hard against something that feels impossible, is what makes me feel so excited. And I do want to give a big shout out to all the projects and companies that have put faith in us. I realize there's a lot of faith involved here because it's so new. There's such big vision and promises, and our projects don't have the chance to really stress test some of this stuff, see it in action, and they have to sort of take some of our word for certain aspects to fill those gaps as they've matured in the technology. And I've said this on so many calls that I just love that the vision hasn't changed, that this has always been a focus of an open architecture for the masses. Doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur or the Department of Defense, this is accessible to everyone. And while the roadmap still has a lot of robust features that we're going to be adding to it, this is a benchmark that is really, really hard. So those are my two shout outs. I'm gonna pop this bottle here. So there's that. Who wants to go next?
Go ahead, Matthias.
Well, I would say would hand it over to Lucas and the team I want to hear basically how they've experienced the last couple of weeks so close to this deadline. And I mean, obviously from my perspective, I can only mirror the words that Diggles has mentioned. I mean, this is nothing but an amazing milestone for us. We released Mainnet 1.0 about 2 years ago, and we've been growing ever since. That was in stride with the US Air Force, and that was another big milestone for us. It was kind of like a double punch of releasing our first iteration of our technology, and now basically having a complete refactoring of the code base that allows advanced consensus mechanisms and feature completeness that we've all been waiting for, and it's all there now. The prime skeleton to expand and really build on this infrastructure has come to life, which is nothing short of amazing. And the fact that it happened without any disruption, very smoothly, for a global mainnet to roll out is, for me, nothing short of amazing. That's a huge achievement and a huge shout out to the tech team. And with all that, having the technological backbones in place, I mean, what does that mean in terms of the journey where we're going to go? And that's what really has always been exciting me from day one. And like Diggle said, we've stuck true to our very initial vision from day one. Nothing has changed. But as we grow and as the company grows, as the community grows, we learn about ourselves, we learn about we learn about our own technology, we learn about the implications that this can and will have in the world. So it's not just having an idea and it's like, oh yeah, I have an idea. Well, 5 years later, or almost 5 years later, once you walk that path, that journey, you see new horizons, new perspectives on the same thing that you formulated 4 or 5 years ago. And it becomes a very different, deeper reality to step into. So it's not just, oh, we said this and this happened. It's like a whole journey along the way. And it was many, many times not an easy journey, and the journey will still continue. And in that sense, we're literally just starting. Like, this is the point where we've all been waiting for so long, people to build. And we have dozens, almost hundreds of projects that are wanting to build, that are building. We have tokens live in our ecosystem, excellent entrepreneurs with excellent business models that really tokenize those business mechanics behind them in ways that we haven't seen. So with that, we will institute on-chain governance in the next couple of months, which is personally very exciting for me. So we'll be on par or better than existing ecosystems out there, so that we all, every token holder of DAG, will be able to govern on-chain in a very, straightforward manner, that what we have all created here together. And that's the next step of our little baby, to give that to the world. And growing up as leaders, as people, as community, it will require probably, a little bit of communication and education to bring all of you on board of what decentralized governance, decentralized blockchain politics mean, because we want all of you to be included in this. We want all of you to have a voice, and there will be very important decisions to be made on the strategy of where this is going to go, on treasury, on all kinds of really fundamental things that are on par with an Ethereum, with a Tezos, with a Bitcoin. And we're going to place ourselves with those mechanics among those peers. So what Ben said initially, top 10, here we coming, and very happy to hear what the Eng team has experienced.
Yeah, Matthias, before we pass it over to Wyatt, and then he can throw it to Lucas to really talk about the Eng team. But I did want to say just like one quick thing. So to echo everything that my co-founders have said, of course, but as basically like the first community member of Constellation, if you will, I have heard every single opinion known to man from tens of thousands of people across the globe for years. And so I'm glad today, because I feel like Matthias said, maturity has come. Being able to invite new state channels to launch tokens, the on-chain governance model, which is looking really good in the works right now. And so with today, I would say that with Mainnet 1.0, we became a company, but with today, we are truly an ecosystem. And so I want to just pass it over to one of my closest friends and oldest friends, Wyatt Flock, who can talk a little bit about Eng and his kind of history a little bit, and then we can go to Lucas to talk about today.
Yeah, great to hear that too, man. Great to see you. Great to see everybody. Thanks to everybody for coming. It was kind of funny. This morning I was having flashbacks to the first one, and I really thought, it's just funny. I mean, how many of these mainnets do we do? Is this a thing? I don't know. When I kind of started out on this, I never really thought about some of these intricacies, and almost kind of I don't know, ritual or holiday or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, we've just throughout this whole journey. I mean, there have been so many brave warriors. I liken them in my mind who have truly helped, brick by brick, build this thing, and I really, want to just try and share, the microphone and the light with everybody. So I think, whether today and just moving forward, I'd love to start just getting everybody to know all the brave souls that, have helped make this possible, and just excited to all get to know each other some more and get out of the cave, so to speak.
Step into the light.
Later.
Wear sunscreen.
But anyway, without further ado, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hand off to Lucas, who is our fearless PM and has been orchestrating just like, I don't know, it's like trying to weave a rope with hair or something. Fine, I don't know, but anyway, it's just been great to flow through everything. Didn't have too many 5 a.m. calls today. Just a couple to keep us on our toes, for fun, good measure. And yeah, so just I'm gonna hand it over, and for everybody out there, please share your thanks and appreciation with everyone and everything you see. I mean, on GitHub and Discord, all the parts that make this happen. So there you go, Lucas.
Hey everybody. Yes, so this was really long couple of days lastly, but yeah, like my predecessors said already, we are there. The Mainnet 2.0 is live, and like Matthias said, this is really the beginning of the road, and actually from now on we are creating the whole ecosystem and developing the solutions. So to be honest, from my point of view, I would like to give big shout out to the whole dev team that was working on it, because the dedication and commitment that they shown through all those months or even years while working on this was really extraordinary, and I couldn't be more proud of working with anybody that I am right now. So yeah, that's a big moment, and I'm glad that we are here. Thank you everybody for your support and for believing in us, and we will do everything to keep this faith and become only better in the future. Ben, to you.
Oh, I can jump in for a little bit.
Go ahead, Michael.
Thanks, Lucas. Ben, you want to talk?
I was like-
I was like,
Well, I've joined, let's see, just over a year ago. But I think it really is the people that makes the company. And something that's really cool is seeing all these founders here on this call. It's also very rare who have been here since the beginning. Kudos to you guys, and cheers to you guys. This is really awesome. And I think you guys really set the foundation, recruited this awesome team, amazing developers, product people, design, everything. Really set us up for success for the next 5 years. And now that we've built this really robust foundation, I'm really excited about all of the applications that are going to be coming out. I mean, I was blown away at how fast we were able to get product out the door when I started. Not even going to try to list them off, but now that we have this to power everything that we're creating, it's going to be a really cool next couple quarters. So kudos to you guys.
thanks, Michael. That was beautiful.
And also just real quick, I think Martine's going to join for a second, but just a couple quick things is, we do have a lot more coming out in terms of documentation and more technical focused content. Because I know people were asking about, ACI and economics and all these other things. So it's not that we have forgotten about them. They will come. So let's get the engineering team just a breath of fresh air for a moment before we start hammering them with more stuff. Martine, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can't hear you.
Okay, cool. Do you see me as well?
No.
No,
that's nice.
I think Andrea has to turn on your video or something like that.
Oh,
But
okay. Well, never mind. It's pretty late in the Netherlands, but oh my God, I'm going to open a glass of a bottle of wine.
it's all right. Well, real quick, what you kind of we were just quickly talking about is just a little bit of background, and then also what you're kind of excited about over the next couple seasons over here.
Yay! There I am, guys. This was unexpected. Again, Altif, I'm in party mode. Tell me, what was your question? Sorry.
What are you excited about that's coming from the DAG ecosystem? Now the Genesis block is now out, or the Mainnet 2.0 is live.
What I'm most excited about is to work with many more companies and state channels, because this is what our companies is best at, working together with people and building companies. So increasing the ecosystem, that is what I love to do. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, girl.
Yeah. And working with you guys, so of course.
We paid you to say that. We paid you to say that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Dream team. Yeah, it was a hell of a ride. It is. Yeah, it still is, but it definitely was, and it's so nice to celebrate this guy with you guys all. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's a big opportunity for everybody in the ecosystem, actually.
Good. Also, just
Jorgensen opens up every week with "It's going to be a big week," or he starts with, "Man, last week was a big week."
Is that the new
It's
polls?
like, every week's a big week.
Yeah.
It used to be like, guys, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not always amazing.
Yeah, that's true, but it's always big.
I think this company's seen me more mad in the past 3 months than than they've seen in the 5 years. Which
Yeah,
is
100% true.
Don't jump on that so quickly.
Also, real quick about today and stuff. A little bit of housekeeping stuff. Did KuCoin ever talk about their halting withdrawals and stuff? Should we let the community know about that on this call?
They let them know. I think yesterday they did a posting. They're working on the update. We are going forward with our technology and our roadmap, and people can follow. So that's our motto at this point.
Yeah, and there are plenty of other places that the community can use as well. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also, I mean, we are not in control of any trading venues, right? So that's something to keep in mind. They have all their own schedules. They have their own eng teams. They are spread all over the world. So that's their responsibility to integrate, and they have their own, policies and timelines. So we're not managing them. We supply the SDK and they integrate. So we have only very, very limited, pressure points that we can do anything with that anyway.
And also for those that are on the call, feel free to join me and Wyatt and some other folks on DAG chats a little bit later today, where we will also continue to talk about more mainnet stuff and then just shoot the shit and stuff like that. So
I want to hear from Andrea.
I thought I could skate by.
Yeah, no.
I just sit and smile in the background and mute. Well, I'm thrilled to work here at Constellation. I used to write about Constellation. I had a side hustle doing a blockchain kind of consulting and marketing consulting. I've been I am marketing, helping with marketing for Constellation. Well, actually the director. And I've got 20 years of experience in marketing, but my love was always crypto, and I've been in that since 2013. And a couple of years ago, I started to work on the side, doing some consulting, marketing consulting, and writing about reviewing projects, writing about them. And one of them was comparing blockchains. And once I came upon it, I was like, okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum, then on Polygon and Solana, and then I hit Constellation. I'm like, what the heck is the Hypergraph? I'm like, oh, I love this. And it was my favorite blockchain, hands down. If it's not even a blockchain. it's so good. So yeah, I've been working with them. Once I was offered the opportunity to work here about a year ago now, I was over the moon. I'm like, really, my favorite blockchain. I can move, like take my marketing experience and my crypto experience and work for my favorite like technology company. So yeah, so it's been great. I started off in the ecosystem. I'm so excited about all of our ecosystem projects that are building on us. And we've got some great ones. Jenny Co is on our launch pad next week. And so we're just going to start like exploding. And I'm really excited to be a part of it. Yay. So yeah, I mean, we had to get Mainnet 2.0 out. That's our, now we've got the technology to, ready to, we're on the way to start building the state channels, doing the L0 tokens and starting to make all of this real. And at first I thought it was too good to be true. I'm like, how can you have infinite scalability, keyless, you're secure, you have true decentralization. How can you really do that? And then as I've learned more and more, I'm like, it's possible. We actually can. Math doesn't lie. So yeah, we'll see. We'll start seeing these things actually come to fruition over the coming months. Excited.
You're a bright light, Andrea. I'm so thankful you're part of this team. You add so much levity to not only the core team, but all the projects that interface with you. And so you're just a lovely binding agent that has helped us get where we're at. So I just want to give you a massive shout out as well as everybody else here. And I certainly don't want to take any attention away from Mainnet 2.0, but want to add to it that I want to give a shout out to Ryle Gohausen, which is a lead engineer at Constellation. He's been a part of the company since the beginning. He's on his second tour with us and really love the guy. We successfully delivered the DoD blockchain toolkit today. I couldn't be more happy considering we had about 48 hours before we would have been negated, since it's a 13-month period of performance ending on the 30th of this month. We successfully completed every milestone in the contract. They now have their hands on the documentation as well as a demo that if I never heard from them again, they could be running all sorts of stuff and I would have no idea about it. And to me, that was always the vision. Naturally, there's much more to come from it, since this is focused mostly on providing consensus security and automation for the government around their communications using Hypergraph transfer protocol. But it doesn't include cryptocurrency. That's kind of this sitting gem that we're waiting. As those different features are supported, we can start to sell them on different things that are maybe a little out of their comfort zone right now. But as far as core secure communication protocol is concerned, we did it. And I'm just really thankful to announce that. So now we're moving into our next transition of where this is going to go. And I'm going to keep a tight lip on that for now. But that's another successful deposit we had today. So I keep saying it's a spicy week, because if you look at Lattice 2.0, or Lattice it is sexy. That is an amazing platform. I think it's best of breed. And like, Matthias was saying, yes, we had a core vision, but we learned a lot through this. And Lattice, I think, was one of the biggest learnings that came out of this, where we were like, hey, how about we have this gateway, this portal that allows staking, exchange, all sorts of really cool features, because the core technology is so rudimentary and foundational. How do we create something on top? So it's just been a real triple threat this week between Lattice, Mainnet 2.0, and then the success of the DoD. So if I was a betting man, I'd bet on Constellation.
Speaking of betting men, Michael Brand. So
why is he a betting man? I'm the gambler.
Ben's the betting man.
Ben's
better
betting
at gambling, Ben.
Yeah, Michael Brand likes to advocate for gambling, so I guess it's slightly different. But there are some, well, actually, no, I won't say anything. But there are some good stuff coming down the door pipeline that I will also be tight-lipped on, and I should put my drink down because I almost leaked everything. So anyway, I will throw it back to Ben Jorgensen because he's trying to avoid the conversation. So
I'm not avoiding the conversation. I think I lead every conversation.
I know. I was like,
oh man, I know. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I was thinking about all the stories. Like last night, I was up pretty late texting Lucas with like new requests. It's been so fun to work with the protocol team and see the team come together and everybody kind of like in shock and amazement. I also want to give a huge shout out to Doug. Doug on and launching Node CTL. It's NetMet who's been orchestrating all the testnet and mainnet operators, putting them in batches, writing separate scripts. You know, I want to be the first to say that what we're supporting on Node CTL, that's if you want an easy deployment on your validator node, that's what we're supporting. All other tertiary products, no. What Doug is building is amazing technology. He's a great communicator, and he cares so much about the node validators. It's amazing. So he's become an essential piece, and we found him through the flight program. Like absolutely amazing what the flight program's done over the past couple of years. So seeing all that come together, this has been like I said, I don't want to like sit and rehash a lot of the memories of the past. I think we did that at High Def, which was actually kind of fun. But this is really kind of the mark of moving forward and seeing a new vision come to life. But I feel like we have so many different war stories that I'd love to share, and I just can't even like think of one right now. It's like I don't know, even like coming with Alchemy coming to me and seeing people early in the community go, hey, we want to build, we have this really big vision, and Alchemy going, hey, we want to raise this amount of money. And I laughed at them. And I said, what you guys are trying to do is no joke, really big. And seeing a team like that come together, and Matthias and I go, oh shit, we're going to have to teach them everything. This is going to be exhausting. And but the leaders and loyalty, I think is one of the things that I'm really proud of. And that anybody that comes into Constellation Core sees this magic that is built. And I don't know how to articulate it. It's actually impacts me in my daily life. I've seen it happen with everybody that comes into the fold. There's a weird magic in a good way. And I see a lot of disbelievers come in, and then they become believers in so many different ways. And it impacts me as well, right? It's like, you know, this is the spawn of multiple people's ideas, perspectives, all coming together. And the magic that comes in, like we brought new people in and seeing how they like do their own research, they talk to employees separately, like, and the thing that comes back from everybody is like, wow, this company has so much humility and so much openness to dissent, you know, pushback, that everybody is constantly learning. And so what I've seen in this community is this magic continues to like compound itself, right? And I think that's the thing I hold on to, is that it just keeps happening. For better or worse, it's just like we're latched onto this thing for life in so many ways. And I'm excited to shed people that are naysayers right now. Like, to me, this is also shedding old weight and naysayers that have challenged us, didn't think it could be done, challenged our leadership. If this community knew what emotional strife this team has gone through to make this happen, I think you'd have a new respect. And we don't demand that respect, and we don't carry ourselves in a high way that says, hey, it's our way or the highway. But there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that has challenged us in so many different ways. Us as people, us as partners to our personal and romantic relationships, to us as leaders, to us as like a small public facing figure. And that's not going to change. And I think that's something that we all have really come to admit. So there's a lot of wars. I think I'm rambling. I totally realized I just like rambled, but I did eat breakfast. So I shouldn't be rambling, but yeah, I mean, sometimes, I think that's where just the heart is that there's so many stories that come into this. And I think that the community feels how much we do, right? And this is something that like we don't need to express anymore. With Mainnet 2.0, we don't need to constantly remind people of how much we've done. Going to push with this next 3 months, we're going to be pushing a focus of governance, of on-chain governance. And I'm so excited to see, the deep crypto people come in, ushering in projects to come in and lead the development of the protocol and the vision of this company. And I'm really excited to usher in those new characters, those new personalities, because those are the ones to me that have seen our blood, sweat, and tears go into this to make this happen. So really, this is the start of a new historic line.
A new era is upon us.
I just drank to my own
Yeah.
toast. I was like, I'm gonna
Cheers to me.
toast out. Yeah. It's like, go fuck yourself. That's kind of what it was. It's like, all right, just
Yeah, like anyway.
shut up and sit down. But yeah, I think there's. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, like I said on Twitter, the critics are always loud, but success is louder. So
yeah,
that's what we focus on.
I read it all and I take note, just like fucking Santa Claus.
That's scary.
The list is long.
It should be. Anybody that's worked with me long enough knows that I take lists.
He's like, remember back in 2019 when you did this thing? It's like, oh shit.
People don't forget.
Anyway, now we're just getting all tipsy on just public things. So we should probably...
It's 12:40. Does that mean like now that I've had a glass of wine that I can actually like this the start of the weekend? Just kidding. Just kidding.
On a Wednesday though.
Come on.
Wednesday, Friday.
Football gambling starts on Thursday.
Which is still not today. So.
You gotta prep. Just kidding.
Also,
it did feel like Friday today. It did.
Okay. Also, we are rolling out a new Discord this afternoon for those that are Discord folks. So keep an eye on our Twitter account.
Big shout out to the Lattice lockup. That's pretty. Yeah, I think that it's a good signal that this new white paper and directions being received well. I wish Mike Butcher was on this call because he is going to be more public facing and instrumental to this business. I really believe in his vision, and he's been a real great help in putting this stuff together. Of course, we always have the helping hand of Matthias, who is largely instrumental in this new governance push, and just watching them work together has been a delight. I always feel like the redheaded stepchild when I'm in the room, since I don't understand some of the stuff they're talking about, but I have full faith. And just, I don't know, I love Mainnet 2.0, but that Lattice launch is, gosh, so beautiful. And to see the reaction from the community, big props to everyone. But in lieu of us not getting absolutely sloshed on this call, since I'm on my 14th bottle, that's not true. How would we like to close this out?
Well, it's fun. It's fun to just observe. Like, this is kind of like how some of our calls go at work. It's just like we actually all enjoy like talking with each other and using a little bit of time to decompress. It's
looking into each other's eyes.
Yeah, I'm just.
If you're lucky. I don't know, man. It's fun.
Well, you know what, Jorgensen, why don't you take us home?
Man, I just talk. I don't even know what I said. I'll let somebody else take us home.
What about Wyatt? Why don't you take us home?
Yeah, do a toast.
Thanks, guys. Well, I want to give this toast out to the actual heart and soul of this whole project, which is our community and the folks that are here right now. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to just share this moment with us and the next step in this whole big long path. So to Dag Chads.
Ooh, to Dag Chads.
And Chadettes.
And Chadettes.
And Chat X's.
Whatever you want to call yourself.
What's a chat?
We're
What's
an
a
open
chat X?
architecture.
You know what? Let's just wrap there and I'll explain it to you offline.
And
I was like, never heard that.
Yeah, I will explain it to you offline.
We're always open. The lights.
That's the common thing. It's like, hey, we got to take Ben aside and educate him. You know, it's like,
Yeah, not publicly right now, please.
hey, just because
Where's
I'm
his
Bubble
handlers?
Boy.
Where's his
Yeah, where
handlers?
are my handlers? Where's Ben Putley when I need him? You know?
Anyway, all of you guys get back to work.
All right.
Cheers,
Thanks,
everyone.
boss.
Congratulations.
All right. Cheers. Cheers, guys.
Onwards and upwards.